The National Highways Authority of India plans to issue Masala bonds in London in a few months, and the others that are in the list to do the same are the Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency, which is IREDA, that is planning a green bond. The Energy Efficiency Services, called EESL, is planning a Masala bond, and the Indian Railway Finance Corporation, or IRFC, is also planning a Masala bond. Now, this should all happen in the next few months, but it's indicative of fundraising options for India in going forward. We're very pleased to have Nikhil Rathi, CEO of the London Stock Exchange, join us now to pick up from where we left off with Jerry Grimstone, Sir Jerry Grimstone, Chairman of Standard Life, to understand, the UK-India financial and economic dialogue and what it could yield. Mr. Rathi, thanks for talking to NDTV. We're talking about a deeper partnership between India and the United Kingdom. And in a sense, at the London Stock Exchange, you've experienced it firsthand, because 2016 has been a great year for the Masala bonds, hasn't it?
Thank you. You're right. It's been a fantastic year last year, and that's a partnership that's been built up over a number of years. Last year we saw the first ever Indian corporate Masala bond on our market, celebrated by HDFC, who are able to use the global markets with a new instrument denominated in rupees to access financing for infrastructure for global projects. And just last week, HDFC came back to the market with the largest ever corporate Masala bond, raising equivalent of over $500 million. And I think what we're seeing here is huge excitement in the global investment community in London at the India growth story, the fastest growing economy in the G20, with companies from India looking to go global in their reach and targeting global investors. We've also seen huge developments in green finance. Last year, NTPC came to the market with the world's first ever green Masala bond, dedicated to meeting India's ambitious renewable energy targets in offshore, wind and solar.
You know, the appetite for Masala bonds, where do you see that going this year?
Well, we're seeing the appetite building continuously. Each time a new issuer comes to the market, they are getting an issue away successfully and at tighter prices. And each time more new investors are coming into investing in Indian companies. So there are many investors who had never invested in India before and never invested in the Indian rupee before, seeing these Masala bonds and investing for the first time. So what we'll be expecting in the coming years, and this will be a long-term program of work, is for more issuers to come to market, for liquidity to build up, and then eventually for that to be reflected in prices coming down for issuers from India looking to access global investors. And I don't think it's just about Masala bonds. Also, we are seeing other products specializing in India. For example, exchange-traded funds investing in Indian fixed income instruments. They've also launched very successfully in London. And so you're seeing a diversification of products, all providing a channel for global investors to find routes into India.
But green financing, is it a slightly slower off the block, do you think?
Green financing has also been a growth area. It takes time because you have to find the projects which need to be funded by these bonds. But India is definitely going to be one of the world's leading markets for green finance, given the scale of the climate change commitments the Indian government has taken on. And we are seeing huge opportunities in India for investors in solar and in other renewable energy. So I expect that market to grow very fast, and it's already grown to over $80 billion last year, and it's expected to double again in the next 18 months.
Well, you're part of the delegation that is, leading the dialogue from the United Kingdom, the dialogue between the United Kingdom and India on the economy and on the financial sector. Does this dialogue come with a greater sense of commitment this time in a post-Brexit world?
This dialogue has been developing over a number of years, and I think certainly attending the meetings here this morning, there is a real sense of partnership. There are a number of people around the table who have now met a number of times. One of the comments that Minister Jaitley made was this dialogue has reached success through private sector collaboration, companies from both India and UK working together to generate concrete results. And I think, as you've talked about Masala bonds, we have generated genuine concrete results which will have a real impact on infrastructure investment in India, a key strategic priority for the government. So it's that combination of the long-term collaboration and concrete results that I think are making the real difference, and the commitment to this dialogue and partnership is building each time we come here.
But if you had to sort of pick one gap what would you pick? Where is the gap?
I wouldn't say there's a gap as such. I think we all see the huge excitement and opportunity here in India, and obviously the desire from the international community is to see developments happen as fast as possible. But clearly in India there is an important set of policy considerations, an important set of macroprudential risks that the authorities here are managing. And the point about London is, and certainly from the exchange's perspective, is we've been around for over 300 years. We are the gateway to global investors, and we have the patience to work with India over the long term.
Okay, I wanted you to sort of pick out a few concrete takeaways that we can expect from this particular trip, this particular dialogue between India and the United Kingdom.
I think there will be some important announcements coming out of the dialogue this afternoon, and you will see that there have been some very significant discussions around infrastructure funds, and you've heard also from the Lloyd's of London chairman and their branch. And for us, I think the key takeaway is the commitment on both sides to work together on developments for the internationalization of the rupee in the context also of green finance, and I see that as a huge growth opportunity and agenda.
Well, Nikhil Rathi, we're going to leave it at that. Many thanks for your time. Nikhil Rathi, CEO of the London Stock Exchange. Good talking to you today on NDTV.
Thank you. It's great talking with you. Thank you.